Welcome to Something Extra. Today we're joined by Denise Polverine, our event chairperson for the upcoming Sunburst Gala. Denise, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we're going to start with you. First off, can you introduce yourself and just share a little bit about who you are?
Yeah, sure. My name is Denise Polverine. I am the vice president and publisher of Cleveland Magazine, Scene, and Cleveland Studios.
Impressive.
So that's where I am full-time. I'm also a professor at Case Western Reserve University, and I teach journalism there. Just one class per semester, but I've been doing that for about 7 years. So that's what I do for my for my day jobs.
You're so busy. Well, how did you get connected with DSANEO? I know it's by Gina, my coworker.
We have a mutual great friend, Gina Mitchner, who is very involved. Her oldest son, William, has Down syndrome, and I met Gina years and years ago when her younger son, who is my son's age, they're both 21 now, believe it or not. I think they were 3 or 4, you know.
When they met?
Yeah, when they met, and they were involved in sports, you know, baseball, football, every sport, basketball, everything you could imagine. So, you know, just kind of sitting there through sporting events, becoming really good friends all over these years, and really getting to know William has really gotten me involved in this organization, because we used to do, I used to be part of, in fact, just was this last Buddy Walk, one of William's walkers, so at the Buddy Walk, and we've done that for years. You know, and again, just getting to know Gina, her husband Bill, their other son Matt, and William was like this ray of sunshine that came into all of our lives. And I think then when I learned Gina was involved with the organization, you know, I'd always want to know what more you guys were doing. And so that's initially how I got involved, or became very fond of it.
Yeah, and now the connection is personal to you.
Yeah, so, you know, life is funny, right? You know, so this became an organization I was very interested in because of Gina, because of my friend Gina and her son William, and how much they opened our hearts and eyes and, you know, our whole group of friends. Well, then my nephew and his wife, about a little more than 3 years ago now, had a little girl, Camila, who we love with our whole heart, and she has Down syndrome. And wow, what a, you know, you said a personal connection. I mean, it's just her little life has impacted our family, you know, so deeply, and she's just amazing.
But how has she shaped the way your family sees Down syndrome?
Yeah, I mean, I think our family always was aware of it, and you know, probably like most people, aware of Down syndrome. I had that, again, personal connection because of Gina and her son. But when someone is born into your family with Down syndrome, and you start learning about them, and you start learning more about, you know, some of the complications and things like that, or some of the challenges, but also how this little person at such a young age just blew us away with her love and compassion. And I don't know, she's just a little princess, and she
is smiling every time you talk about her.
Yeah, she's just, you know, I think
it's been a positive for you.
Oh, it's been such a positive. I mean, we thank God all the time for Camila. She's really made us, you know, maybe slow down a little bit, appreciate things a little bit more deeply, love a little more deeply, accept others more deeply. And, you know, none of these things I thought were missing from our family, but then when she entered our family, it was like, wow, we all say all the time how changed we've been because of her.
And why is that important to share with the audience?
I think it's important to share because sometimes you do think of Down syndrome as, oh, that must be a real challenge. Oh, that must be, you know, for the parents or for the family, or let me learn more about that. But then when you're around people with Down syndrome, you're like,
there you go.
I know. You experience this total joy. Total joy. And I'm not exaggerating. It's just, when you're at the Buddy Walk, well, I want to tell you a little bit about our trip to New York City. So I know we'll get into that. But that was really something too. But just family events. We are all centered around Camila. And now she's walking and running and doing all those things. So now we're chasing Camila. But yeah, she's just a real, I think I may have said this to you at some point. She's like a little slice of what heaven must be like. I don't know if that sounds over the top, but it really is. It's like this pure feeling when you're with her, this total joy, total happiness. So we always say she's just like, God let us see a little bit of heaven with her. And she just brings
something hard to explain.
It is so hard to explain, but okay, this event that you guys have coming up, the gala, when you're there, you feel it. You will feel it. So
yeah, and we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
I want to hear about your trip to New York City.
Yeah, so my nephew and his wife, are the parents of Camila, and they contacted us and said, oh my gosh, she's been selected. They lived in Cleveland for a while in Fairview Park, but then they moved back home to Florida, where they're from. They're from, and they contacted us and said, oh my goodness, she has been selected. We submitted her photo and her information to the National Down Syndrome Association, and she was selected, among many others too, but she was selected for her photo to be in Times Square on one of those billboards.
That's where they hold their Buddy Walk.
Yeah, in New York City this past year, so in 2025. So it was in the fall, September-ish, and we all decided to go to New York City. I mean, twist our arms, right? But so we went to New York City, and I mean, building up to this moment. Do you want me to talk a little bit about that moment? So
of course,
we were there maybe a day early, and went to dinner. We're getting all excited. And we decided to stay in Times Square at the, Marriott Marquis or whatever. And so we were like, we're going to experience the whole thing. And so the next morning, they instructed us, all the families who were involved, to go out to, if you're familiar with Times Square, there are these steps that you can kind of relax on. And they said, just meet around the steps. They showed us in a photo exactly which Jumbotron it was going to be on. And they gave us a time frame. So we're all there, we're gathered, all the families are around. And again, those moments are magical too, right?
And they get hundreds. Or thousands of submissions every year.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I think it was down to, I don't know, but maybe a couple hundred, that were selected. And I'm sure they rotated or whatever, but she did have a cute little picture that was submitted. So we were like, oh, please, we hope she gets it. So we were thrilled. But they're going through the displays of everybody who was selected. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the nerves that we were all feeling were like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So we had her ready. Here, look up here, Camila. So we knew it was coming up. And I mean, there's nothing like that. When you go, I mean, if you've been to New York City, when those Jumbotrons are all around you, and then they put it on two screens. It was like one here and one a little larger. And her picture was beamed all through Times Square, and I mean,
I'm getting goosebumps.
Oh my gosh, we're crying, we're screaming, we're happy, we're pointing to it, and it's not up there for that long, so you have to feel all those emotions in kind of a short amount of time. But then I noticed what was happening is we were cheering for other families. When their little one was up on the Jumbotron, they were cheering for us. And again, just like that community feeling, like true community feeling, all taking pictures before, after, and all that. So that was in my life, one of the most magical moments. It was so magical.
Lucky.
And she looked right up at the board. And we were just,
What was her reaction when she saw herself up there?
I mean, I think she was like, hey,
she's 3,
I'm pretty cute. Yeah, no. Hey, there I am. in Times Square. You know, none of you will ever get to experience this, but you know, no one else in our family will get to experience that, but she did, and it was magical. And just to go on a little bit about that day, if you don't mind, then the Buddy Walk took place right after in Central Park. So we went up to Central Park, gathered, you know, pretty much in the middle of Central Park, and I mean, I want to say, I don't even know how to estimate. I mean, hundreds and hundreds, maybe 1,000 people were there. And it was, I'm going to cry just thinking about it. It was just so awesome. They had music, they had everything, you know, little stands set up with like food and snacks and water and all that, of course. And then some of the celebrities in the community were there, you know, reading and meeting with others. And I mean, we thought you know, it was just so cool. And we'll never forget that. Yeah, we'll never forget that. It was just a celebration again of this pure joy that we all feel. That is, you know, you hope everyone can feel that in life, but we are uniquely blessed because we get to feel it so directly. So it was really cool. Yeah, I could go on and talk about it forever.
Well, talking about celebrating, you mentioned to me that your family celebrates like the small wins with Camila.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a big deal when, you know, she does something. You know, one of the coolest things to me is when she was little, her parents made sure she would not get frustrated with communication. So they taught her sign language. And to me, I had never seen that before. So now all the time, even though she's talking now, she's verbal now, you know, when she was real little, she wasn't. So she wasn't, you know, but she was never frustrated because she could always communicate. So now we all know like different signs she does, and she'll
still do them.
Yeah, and if she's doing something really fun, we went to this place called Get Air. It's like a jump yard type thing, indoor jump yard over the holidays because they came up for the holidays, and she would like go into this little pit. And she'd go again, you know, just, so it's funny how that became part of her life. But I guess, you know, in how we celebrate that is like, we wouldn't have known that is a really good tool and mechanism for these children to communicate. And we've all learned, you know, some of the signs along the way too. So, so again, just celebrations of every milestone she's had. Or gosh, it doesn't even have to be a milestone. Like whatever she does, we're like, yay, you know, and you know, we'll all gather. I mean, it was so fun when they lived here last year because we'd all just go to their house and gather. And I mean, we celebrated. We dressed in yellow and blue for Down syndrome Day. I mean, we celebrate everything. So we're just so thrilled that she's part of us. So yeah.
And that perspective has led you into some of the work that you do now, especially with our organization.
Yeah, I was thrilled. I mean, honestly thrilled. I'm like, are you kidding me? Of course I will help you in any way because
the Sunburst Gala.
Yeah, so this is the Sunburst Gala that's coming up in February. And yeah, I was asked by your organization to be the chairperson, and
it's one of our biggest nights.
It is.
Biggest
well,
fundraisers.
I went last year.
Yes, I was just going to say you've been to the gala before.
So I've been to the gala before, and I mean, well, first of all, when you're with Gina, and you know, we laugh, we cry, we do all that stuff, and I talk about Gina like, you know, she's a celebrity. You should all know Gina, hopefully. So
people should know Gina.
They should know Gina. So it was a great event. You know, there was music, there was dancing, there were, before we even went into the main area, there were, you know, little booths and tables set up.
Yeah, we had our artisans there.
Yeah, our artisans, and I bought a book and I bought different things along the way and met different people. Met a family who owns a restaurant in Chagrin Falls that we went to, you know, just stuff. I'll have to fill you in after. Great. There was just a lot of interesting people in the community that I didn't know, you know, of, and a lot of connections. And, you know, there was a young couple who was married not too long ago who had done, and, you know, there's all these stories. And so we were, we were enjoying that. But then when we went in for the program and kind of heard a lot of different stories and what all they do, what, you know, everybody's involved in something. It was just really an eye-opening experience, and we had a lot of fun. The food was great, and the company is great. And again, when you're with people from that community, it's special. It's special. Like, if anyone watching wants to have a life-changing night, you know, and help this organization, but also be changed. You know, a lot of times we go to things and we're like, okay, well, we're going to donate to this cause or whatever. And you walk out and you kind of feel, you know, good about it or whatever. But this is...
How did you feel when you walked out of the gala?
I'm like, okay,
Blown away?
I'm in forever. You know, this is just the organization. Here's how you feel about it. You guys are really doing the things you say you're going to do. You're really making the life impacts. So that to me was like, oh my gosh, there's just all these people talking about how this organization has touched their lives and made it, you know, better. And that's amazing that you guys do that.
Yeah.
So,
and 100% of the proceeds does go directly to our organization.
That's amazing. And you know what? You're a lean and mean organization, so God bless you guys for doing everything you do. You know, and again, I've been to the Buddy Walk too. Just most recently, the one at the Great Lakes Science Center.
Yeah, that was our 25th. Buddy.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it was like a big number. And can I tell you a little story from
that?
Yeah. Okay. We had such a blast. We go to now this was for Gina and her son William and their family.
Yeah.
You know,
so you
she
joined
invited
William's
us.
team?
Yeah, we're on William's team. And we go, and, you know, we've done this for several years. In fact, most of the boys, you know, who are friends and all that, go too. I have, you know, some photos throughout the years of since they were little, you know, going
to the Buddy
But
Walk.
now they were in college, so, like, they couldn't go. So we, you know, some of the parents went. So we're walking, and we're walking around. There's kind of a path you take,
Yeah.
and we're walking, and we're all around William. I mean, we just follow William.
Yeah.
You know, he knows what he's doing. So we're having a blast, and he's a blast to be with. And you know, we were taking our good old time. You know, we're walking, and I mean, there was a huge crowd.
I think our
to
team
begin
passed
with.
you up.
I'm sure you passed us up.
I remember passing Gina, giving her a hug, and
yeah.
we just kept going.
Yeah, you did just keep going. Because at the end, we noticed we're in this huge pack of people, and then, wow, we're not in this huge pack of people anymore. And then all of a sudden, you know, we're almost coming toward the end, we're like, there's a police officer behind us, like following, like trailing us. And I'm like, okay, who among you's done something? What's going on? And we're laughing because we're like, we're pretty well-behaved people, but we were having a good time. So I thought, are we walking where we should or whatever? And all of a sudden we noticed we are the very last people about to cross the finish line. So I think they were just like, come on, you know, let's get going. And we were just laughing because we thought, oh, wait, hey,
have fun, though.
Hey, we were having fun, you know. So so anyway, we had a great time at that event too. So you guys know how to put on some good events. Again, music, lots of activities.
So another celebration. Yes.
Lots of activities too. So we made a day of it. You know, it was fun.
Great.
Yeah.
So why did you agree to be our event chair?
Well, first I was really honored, and I thought, okay, maybe there's a way through Cleveland Magazine and you know, my position to help get the word out about it. So I thought that immediately, like I'll help in any way that I can that way. And then I also thought, what a huge honor for me, because not everybody knows what a huge impact this is in my life. Like, this is a huge part of my life, and has really become a huge part of my life. So I was just absolutely thrilled, and I think that's why initially, like, I was like, of course. I mean, not even, oh, let me think about it or anything like that. It was like, absolutely, what can I do? And I would just say, like, I hope, you know, I hope we can help get the word out, and also educate people. I think that's the big thing too. You know, and you hear that phrase a lot, oh, let's educate people. But really, I mean, there's a lot to learn. There's a lot.
So many myths about Down syndrome,
Yes.
too.
Yes. I mean, there's just little things that I've learned and very big things too. And yes, some of it about the challenges and all of that kind of stuff. But I am so much more focused on all the opportunities there are too for people who have Down syndrome. Like there are so many opportunities, and to live a very good, normal, loving, productive life, and how you help so much with that. So, and that's really all we want for Camila, you know, and William.
I was just going to ask you,
happiness.
what does it matter for Camila that people support our organization and the gala and Down syndrome?
Well, when she lived here, and obviously she's still involved with the organization, but you know, she's back home in Florida now. They came up here to get some care for her and some direction for her and all that. And boy, she really got involved with your organization, and that was life-changing for sure. And then staying involved on a national level. But I think me being involved is a way, even though she doesn't understand now, you know, but her family does, our whole family does, maybe that I could just say, hey, this is our stake in the ground. You know, this is, we mean this in our family. This is something that we stand for and want everybody to know, you know, how important this is. So, and I want her to know too, someday, even though we tell her all the time, she is, you know, she's been a life changer. And what on earth would we have done without her?
Right.
Like, we wouldn't have known any of this, any of these feelings. I mean, we all love our kids. We all, you know, of course, we have love, joy, and all that. But with her, it's just different. It's just a different level. Yeah.
I get it.
So she's just, you know, super special. Or maybe it's not a different level, but like uncovered something a little bit more deeply
Changes
within
your
us.
life.
Yeah, yeah.
Does.
So
Changes
I
your
would
life.
just encourage too. Listen, I would say too, people who don't have this in their family, who aren't impacted, they will be impacted, and they should
When
be
they go.
impacted because it's really the education piece. These are people who are in our communities and people who contribute to our communities, and they would be very lucky and blessed to know this organization and the people it serves.
And we would love to see you at the Sunburst Gala, which is taking place on February 21st at the Madison in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Well, we have so many opportunities for the community to get involved. We have tickets, we have sponsorships, and you can volunteer.
Oh,
too.
okay.
We
So
have
that's great to know
volunteering.
too. So if you want to get involved with the organization, that's a really good way too. So
So
awesome.
everything's on our website at DSANEO.org. And Denise, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Oh my gosh, anytime. And again, thank you so much. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. This has just brought, again, me and our family so much happiness.
I can't wait for the gala.
I know, I'm excited. I'm already like, what should I wear?
Yeah, me too. Like, not this. Right.
Right. But thank you so much. And thank you for all you do, really.
Thanks. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on Something Extra.